everybody. So today I'm going to show you my Tiffany & Company sterling silver necklace collection. And to give you a little background, I am a former employee. I started working there right out of high school when I turned 18, and I worked for Tiffany all through college up until I graduated and got an internship in the field I studied. I loved this job. I worked there for 7 years. I loved the people I worked with. I loved playing with jewelry all day, and I collected a lot of it during the time that I was there. So just so you know, most of these pieces were purchased as an employee with a discount. So keep that in mind as we go through some of these items. I'm not as bougie as it may appear. I just was really lucky to have a really great job that I loved. This is the Return to Tiffany Love Heart necklace. So it has a little heart and a little key. And what's great about this is the clasp. So this is new, at least new within the last few years for Tiffany, is that they're making these chains with variable lengths. So if you clasp this, it's just a traditional spring ring. If you clasp it on the first link, you have a 16-inch necklace, and then in the back, you have this really cute little lock that says Tiffany & Company, AG, which is the silver stamping, 925, Italy. So cute, it just kind of dangles down the back of your neck. It's not uncomfortable, it's not annoying. Yeah, but then you can also take this and clasp it right to the ring attached to the lock here. And then you have an 18-inch necklace. So I love that because it's really versatile. If you have a top with a different neckline, you're able to adjust it. You don't have to get an extender or anything. I think it's a really great idea. I'm glad they're doing this now. And here is the Return to Tiffany double heart tag pendant with the blue enamel. This is such a popular piece. I think it's mainly because of the price point. I know when I worked there years ago, it used to be $125, and it was just the perfect price point for a gift. And it's also just really cute on. It's just a perfect everyday size. It comes without the blue enamel, it comes with pink. I think there's now a version with red. Also a rose gold and yellow gold version, so it's just really sweet. It's small enough where it's not screaming with the logo, but it's definitely recognizable. And I think that's why it's so popular. So this pendant is the Return to Tiffany Mother of Pearl pendant. So it has the sterling silver piece in the small size on the front. And then on the back, it has a mother of pearl. It's so beautiful, iridescent. But this necklace has a really cool feature, which makes you able to wear it in a few different ways. So if you turn this around, this little clasp here has this tiny little button. And if you open it up, you can remove the pendants. So you can either remove both, you can remove just one, so you can wear them separately, which I love, because that means you have 1, 2, or 3 ways to wear it. I think that's so great, versatile. A lot of people don't realize that. I've sold this necklace before, and I've had, clients come in with this necklace and they never knew that this clasp opened. So this is discontinued now. I'm not sure how easy it is to find this pre-loved, but if you do see this, it also came in a black onyx version. So if you ever do find this, yeah, just know that this little clasp opens, which is great. Here we have some Tiffany keys. I love the key collection. There's a lot of different styles, a lot of different designs to choose from. Here I have the trefoil key and the enamel heart key. I I think they're really cute. I wear them separately mainly. I have them together on this chain, but I typically wear them separately. And it's on this rectangle link chain, which I really like. It's a bit stronger than the classic chain. Here's just the classic chain for reference. It's quite thin. They're still strong, but you know, these links are thicker. It's just a sturdier chain, which I like for a bigger pendant like this key. And so the keys are marked right here. And then on this one, it's same spot. So Tiffany Co 925. And I love this little end of the key here is shaped like a T. Just a really cute detail. Love it. I used to have other keys. I have since let them go from my collection, but these are the two I still have. Here is another iconic classic Tiffany piece. This is the bean. I believe this is the 12mm size. This comes in lots of different sizes. I think starting at 8mm all the way up to, I want to say at one time there was a 20mm, which is quite large, possibly even larger. They discontinue sizes and bring them back, so I'm not exactly sure what they carry in this line now, but this is my favorite size. It's a 16-inch, so it sits right at the collarbone. It's very cute. A lot of people mistake this for a heart. At least I've had that comment when I wear this, but it's a bean. It's supposed to symbolize new beginnings, growth. It's kind of a good luck charm. Another really great gift option. Kind of a different piece. This is sterling silver anchor pendant, and this is just a Tiffany & Company design. It's not Nelson Peretti or Picasso or any other designer piece. I just think it's really cute. I love it for summer. This nautical theme tends to pop up in fashion every summer, every spring, I feel like. So I really like wearing this in the summertime. I also live in a town that's situated near water, so there's a lot of sailing and boating, and yeah, it's just really cute. And here is another Return to Tiffany piece. So this was purchased separately. You can purchase this charm, or you could. I don't know if this is still available or if it's discontinued now, but I actually have this in two sizes. This is the smaller size that I wear as a pendant. The other I usually wear as a bracelet charm. And I just have this on, this is right now on a 20-inch chain. Just to show you the back there, also marked, but this is a little trick. So if you have a heart tag pendant or a tag pendant like this, and you just loop it through the chain normally, so for example, the way that this is looped, where it's just through the chain like this, what's gonna happen is your pendant's gonna flip as you're wearing it, and some people really dislike that. Some people don't mind, especially, you know, something like this. It's still pretty on the back side. It's not like the back you don't want to show, but if you want to keep your pendant flat while you're wearing it, just a little trick is to loop it through the chain. So I'm going to undo this here and do it again for you, just to show you, because I do think this is really helpful if you have a pendant that's flipping over. So if you're able to do this, it's a huge help. Okay, so you take the end of your chain that is not the clasp, so kind of the middle of the chain, and you thread it through. So you have it like that, and then you just take your chain, pull it through, and there you go. Now it's knotted right at the top, but it's not noticeable. It's still really cute, but it's gonna lay flat when you're wearing it. It's not gonna be flipping over because you have that chain causing it. It's knotted, and it'll stay. is the Paloma Picasso Zalige Pendant. I love this collection. It's based off of Moroccan design, at least that's what she was inspired by. I just think it's so beautiful. This little pendant does not come off of the chain. That's something to note about Tiffany pieces is often if the little bail, which is, you know, the tiny little loop that the chain threads through, if that bail is too small and that the piece doesn't come off, often the marking for Tiffany, the Tiffany marking or the designer marking, in this case the Picasso marking, is not going to be on the pendant. It's going to be on the actual clasp. And for Picasso, you can see she has these little dog bone shaped clasp ends, so that's just something, you know, for authentication purposes, it's kind of nice to know that if there's a Paloma Picasso piece, it should have this style link on the clasp with the designer stamping on one side and then the little Tiffany & Company 925 stamping on the other. And this actual pendant, because it's not removable, is not marked. So just something to note. So here's a piece that I don't wear very often, but I think it's really cool. This is actually an employee purchase. I'm not sure that this was ever actually brought to market. I don't know if it was ever sold in stores. I think it may have been made available to employees. And the reason I say that, so you can see on this end link here, it is marked. It has Tiffany & Company 925, but these end loops are quite unfinished. Typically in a Tiffany piece, you wouldn't expect to see that, and I think it's because these were sort of test pieces that were made and then offered up to employees to purchase. And yeah, but it's the same chain link that you get in the classic heart tag bracelet. This is the smaller link, I think called the medium round link. Yeah, this is a double chain. One of them sits at 16 inches, the other at 18. It's just a really cute layered piece. I don't wear chunky jewelry like this that often, but you know, everything comes back around. I'm sure there'll be a day that I'm happy I have this, so. So this necklace is going to be kind of hard to show you here, at least in this shot. So this is a sterling silver and freshwater pearl necklace. This is quite a long necklace. I believe it's 30 inches. Yeah, these are white freshwater pearls. They're a little off round, a little oval, but they're really beautiful. But yeah, that's something that I love about Tiffany pearls, is even their freshwater pearls are so beautiful. They just have this beautiful luster. And this is a sterling silver chain in between. The one thing I will say about this necklace is that it tangles quite easily. I think it's just because these pearls get stuck on each other and the chain is so fine, but it's really beautiful. You can double it up and have one kind of sitting at a choker length and the other draping down long. I think this would be beautiful for a bridal look. I know there was a matching bracelet, there's earrings, there's quite a few things in this collection. And here we have an Elsa Peretti piece. This is the Ceviana Pendant. I actually have a matching ring to this. I really like this collection. And here on the back side is the stamping, Tiffany Company Elsa Peretti 925, Spain. A lot of the Peretti pieces are made in Spain. You'll see that marked on a lot of the pieces. And just like I showed you with the Return to Tiffany tag, this one, I have this chain knotted the same way, for the same reason, because it will flip if you have it just looped through. So when you knot it at the top like this, it's gonna lay flat. It's also gonna stay in the center of the chain. You're never gonna have the clasp falling to the front. Kind of a classic, simple design. Here we have another Paloma Picasso piece. This is an Italian name, so forgive me for my pronunciation, but it's the Venezia Goldoni Triplo Pendant. And so this one also has that dog bone clasp. Very simple, very subtle. And there is a matching ring in this collection that I have that I will show you in my ring collection video. If you guys are interested, stick around, maybe subscribe. I plan to upload my entire collection. That's my goal anyway. So this is the Return to Tiffany Dog Tag Pendant. And this is on a very long 36-inch beaded dog tag style chain. It's nice and sturdy and it has a lobster clasp. Some people like to knot this chain up, double it up to where it is a shorter necklace. I sometimes take this charm off and wear it on my bracelet because it's a little bit larger than the classic heart tag. Maybe just for a size comparison here. This is the small tag size, and then this is actually a key ring. It's a little beaten up, but this will give you an idea. This is the size of the classic Tiffany heart tag. And this is actually a blue enamel sterling silver piece. But there you can kind of get an idea of that size difference, hopefully. If you have stuck with me through this whole video, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was helpful to see these comparisons and see some of the try-ons if you are considering a Tiffany piece. And if you have any questions about anything I've shared, please leave your question down in the comments. I'm happy to answer those for you. I'd also love to know what your favorite piece is, either out of your own collection or out of anything I shared here today. I also plan to share the rest of my collection, which if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing. I still have bracelets and rings, earrings. I have my fine jewelry collection, which includes diamond pieces, as well as home goods such as crystal, some books. I have handbags, leather goods, silk scarves. So I have a lot of my collection left to share with you guys. So stick around if that sounds interesting to you. All right, thank you guys so much.